We're keeping it. Hello, my name is Bobby. This is Jaden.
Hello.
Uh, just a brief idea for this video. People who normally see these videos on this channel are mostly for my covers, but this has 100% nothing to do with those covers. This is just a video we wanted to put out. For those of you who don't know, whether you're a subscriber to this channel or not, we just put out our debut album 24 hours ago. It is now out in the world. The album is called New Romantics, and we put on a release show last night, and it was honestly the best, I think the best night of our lives that we've had to date so far. And you know, rather than making a big text post, that we'll probably do anyways, but rather than making a big text post and thanking everybody, we figured we'd sit down together and just make a video thanking everybody that's made the last 24 hours, the last 13 months, the last 4 years possible. So we just wanted to do that. So this is in no order whatsoever. We wanted to make sure that we didn't forget anybody. There's no importance as to who we say first or who we say last. But yeah, here we go. So we just want to say thank you to some people. Starting off with our family and friends, for obvious reasons. Our families supported us, helped us put money together to make this album. They've, you know, countless hours of organizing, helping us organize things, or just just anything and everything that we needed help with, just helping us get that. And our friends for just being the biggest support group that we could honestly ask for, whether it's coming to shows or listening to the music, or just, you know, supporting us in this crazy dream that we believe in. So to our family and friends, thank you all so much for everything you've done up to this point and what you will likely do continuing on.
We want to thank Josh and the Beer Exchange staff. You guys are great. We would not have a venue to release this album if it was not for you. So big thank you to you guys, and obviously we will be back. We have been back before, and last night it would not be possible if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Yeah, I played the first show that Josh ever had at the Beer Exchange, be almost 3 years ago, and to go from that to what we had last night, and we can truthfully say that for the first time ever, for us, we sold out the Windsor Beer Exchange last night.
Ooh.
We had over capacity upstairs, more people than we should have. Sorry, but we sold out the upstairs, and we were absolutely blown away by the amount of support that we had from Josh, from Carrie, from Cody, and all the people that were working last night. And just all the, thank you guys so much at the Windsor Beer Exchange. You are our first home downtown, and we will always have time, and we will always be down to play at the Windsor Beer Exchange. Next, we want to thank Dean Scott and the people at the Windsor Independent, not only for sponsoring the show and helping us get the advertising out in the Independent, but also just being a constant source of, you know, support for the last couple of years with, you know, the Windy Indie Awards, or the local mixtapes that they've put our music on. It's just, they've helped us more than you could imagine, and to have them be a part of our special night last night is just, thank you guys so much.
Next, we want to thank Dan McDonald from 8800 and 93.9 The River. We got our music on both of those radio stations because of you, and that is pretty freaking cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you for giving us a platform to have listeners listen to our stuff, and yeah.
Dan has been a fan of the music since it was just me recording demos in my bedroom, and he's seen us go from that to having us in the studio playing songs off this album, and just, he's seen the evolution that we've gone through, and he's just been one of our biggest supporters from the beginning to now, and even further. He's reviewing the album for the next issue of the Windsor Independent that's coming out, I believe, next month. But he reviewed the album. We haven't seen it yet. We don't know what to expect, but we're excited to read it, whether it's good or bad or anything. These next three people, we want to thank Lena Peltier for being the artist we knew we could count on to get the album looking the way that we wanted to. We knew that we wanted for the artwork to be something special and something that we had this vision to make it look realistic, make it look like you were holding an actual notebook that you'd see somebody like young and in love have. And she worked patiently with us, and she took us to the park, and we took photos of Jay and his girlfriend, and we cut them out, and we taped everything, and we made everything, and she knocked it out of the park. And I know she's absolutely thrilled with how everything turned out, and we couldn't be happier with how it turned out. And also a big thank you to the man who put the whole album together with us, Mr. Brett Humber at Sound Foundry Studios, and my good buddy Jake McLean for helping us on bass. For the last 13 months we spent working on this album. It was the four of us in the studio and bouncing ideas off of each other and just being that support system and those extra ears and extra eyes. And we wouldn't have this album if it weren't for the patience and faith that Brett had in us and had in the songs that we were bringing to him. And we can honestly say that the final product just blew our expectations out of the water. So thank you so much to Brett and Jake, and we will definitely be back to record with Brett sometime in the future. We don't know when, but we will be back to record with Brett. So thank you guys so much.
And for the bands that played last night, X Prime and Hutch, massive thank you to you guys. We've played shows with both of you guys in the past, and it's been nothing but great experiences. An amazing group of guys, both bands. Highly suggest you check both bands out. They're great. They both have albums. X Prime album, picture it right here. It's right there.
It's downstairs.
It's downstairs, yeah. So yeah, they're amazing bands. Highly recommend you check them out, and just a great performance overall.
Yeah, we had them booked. We started promoting this show in May. We had them booked in March because we didn't want anybody else but them playing the release show, and we wanted to make sure that it just was a perfect night with all the music, all the people that have been with us for years and just have been on our side with making the album and seeing how the album's going. And for Sash, Zach, Robbie, Neil, Steph, and Phil to be there last night just meant the absolute world to us. We want to thank Matt and Bilal for running the best merch table that we've ever had. They sold my dinner. They sold my dinner. They kept under pressure. They held the fort down so much. They're awesome friends, and they're the best merch guys that we could possibly ask for. If you ever see us selling merch, they will be there 100%. So be sure to say hi, give them a high five.
Truly, two of the best friends you could ever have.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. My girlfriend Jill and Kai for doing all of the decorating last night, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
It was so great. Took a long time. They were there really early, which is cool. Thank you guys. It looked amazing. Couldn't do it without you.
Want to thank Blair, our sound guy from last night, and Ian. The show wouldn't have sounded anywhere near as good without your guys' help, so thank you guys so much for that. We want to thank Michelle Vickard for providing us with some very scrumptious, awesome New Romantics cakes and cupcakes for both the show last night and the private listening party that we had for the album a couple nights ago. Thank you so much, Michelle. We want to thank Steve, my friend Steve and Sean, for helping us move gear and load in, and just, being like such great friends, even though I told them that they had to help because I gave them a ride to the show. Thank you guys so much for that.
Where are we
We'll go back up here.
Let's go back up. Yeah. Huge thanks, obviously, to Eric and Ryan, the new guitar player and bass player in the Bobby Sproat family. I was in a band with Eric. My very first band ever was with Eric, actually, and Ryan obviously has been a good friend for a very long time, and I am so glad that they are part of the family now. and every show from this point on will be with them. So be sure to give them a big welcome.
And if you were at the show last night and you liked what you heard, like Jay said, that is going to be the template for every Bobby Sproat show from now on. We are going to be full band, whether it's electric, acoustic. It's going to be the four of us now. The family is growing, and we couldn't be happier to have Eric and Ryan with us. So thank you guys so much for being a part of last night and the last 6 weeks learning these songs with us. We want to thank Greg Maxwell for putting together the frickin' coolest poster for a show I've ever seen. We gave him an idea for the poster, and he literally knocked it out of every single baseball park in the Major League Baseball. Like, it was absolutely incredible, Greg. Thank you so much for doing that for us. We want to thank David Tidwell and Eric Noble. For those of you who don't know, David is one of the hardest working bookers and promoters in Windsor. He's done so much for getting so many up-and-coming bands in Windsor a shot to play and express themselves and do what they love to do. And Eric has given us a consistent flow of shows for the last 3 years, even before Jay started playing with me. And we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have nearly as many of the shows that we've played at without those guys' help. So thank you guys so much.
Speaking of venues, we want to thank any venue that's ever held us. I've been doing this with Bobby for the past 2 years now, and we've played numerous amounts of venues, and we wouldn't be able to have those shows if it wasn't for those venues. So massive thank you to anyone who's just been a part of that.
Yeah, any venue that's ever held us at a show for the last 3 years, any band, any band, any act that's shared a bill with us at a show or we've shared the stage with, thank you so much. You might not think that you've helped, but you have helped us get to this point, because we wouldn't be here if we didn't have those. And just finally, the last people that we want to thank is just you. Every single person that supported us over the last couple of years. I get emotional just thinking about it. But anyone who's come to a show or learned the words to one of these songs, or if you were there last night, bought the album or bought any of the demos that I recorded years ago, just thank you guys so much. You are the reason why we do this, and we're going to keep doing this for you, and this is just the beginning. You might ask, what's next for us? Well, now that we have the album out, we're going to promote the ever-living hell out of it. You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, Tidal. You can Shazam the songs if you want to. You can go back in time to 2003 and check it out on Rhapsody if you want to. It's at a bunch of places. You can check it out, you can buy it, you can listen to it, do what you want with it. It is as it is as much yours now as it was ours making it. So thank you so much to you guys. Like we said before, every show now that we have a full band lineup now. There's 4 of us. It's going to be great. The energy is going to be 4 times as massive as it was before. We want to get out of Windsor. We love Windsor, but we want to get out of Windsor and play shows for new people, new venues, new cities across the province, and hopefully soon across the country. And like I said, this is the beginning of a new era. This is the new romantic era for myself, for Jay, for Ryan, for Eric, for our entire Bobby Sproat family. This is just the beginning. This is a new era for us, and we wanted to just sit down and thank you guys personally for everything you've done for us over the last couple of years. So with that,
this video is almost 15 minutes long.
This video is almost 15 minutes long. I've been Bobby. Jaden, thank you guys so much. We will see you very soon. Thank you. Check out the album. It means the world to us, and we hope it'll mean the world to you. Until then, have a good one.